Every sunrise is proof that life gives you another opportunity. Yesterday may have contained mistakes, disappointments, or missed chances. But today begins with a clean page. Don't allow yesterday's failures to become today's limitations. Tell yourself, I am not defined by my past. Today is filled with new opportunities. When you believe every day is a fresh start, you stop carrying unnecessary burdens and begin moving forward with hope. Every morning is an invitation to begin again. No matter what happened yesterday, today offers you a fresh opportunity to make different choices, think new thoughts, and move in a better direction. Too often, people wake up carrying the weight of yesterday's mistakes. They replay conversations they wish had gone differently, dwell on opportunities they missed, or allow past failures to convince them that nothing will ever change. But the truth is that yesterday has no power over you unless you allow it to control your mind. Today, when you open your eyes in the morning, remind yourself that you are stepping into a brand new day. The past cannot be rewritten, but the future is still being written by the decisions you make right now. Every sunrise is a reminder that life is constantly renewing itself. Just as nature begins each day with fresh light, you also have the chance to renew your attitude, your focus, and your determination. Instead of saying, I failed yesterday, tell yourself, today I have another chance. Those simple words can completely change the way you approach the day ahead. They replace regret with hope and fear with confidence. Every great achievement begins with someone deciding not to let yesterday define today. There will always be moments when things don't go according to plan. You may experience disappointment, rejection, or unexpected setbacks. That doesn't mean your story is over. It simply means you're being given another opportunity to learn, grow, and become stronger. The most successful people aren't those who never fail. They're the ones who refuse to stay discouraged. They understand that every new day brings new possibilities, new lessons, and new doors waiting to open. So before you check your phone, before you think about your responsibilities, and before the noise of the world fills your mind, take a quiet moment and speak these words with conviction. Today is a new beginning. I am not defined by my past. I choose hope over regret, courage over fear, and progress over perfection. I will make the most of this day because it is a gift, and I will move forward with confidence. When you start your morning with that mindset, you're not just preparing for another ordinary day. You are preparing yourself for a new chapter filled with possibility. Life will never be completely free of challenges. Every person, no matter how successful or confident they appear, faces moments of uncertainty, disappointment, and struggle. The difference is not whether difficulties exist, but how we choose to respond to them. When you wake up each morning, remind yourself that you are stronger than any obstacle standing in your way. Your challenges may be real, but they do not have the final say over your future. Your strength, determination, and willingness to keep moving forward are far more powerful than the problems you face. Think about everything you've already overcome. There were days when you believed you wouldn't make it through, yet here you are. There were moments when fear tried to convince you to give up, but you kept going. Every hardship you've faced has taught you something valuable. That it has built resilience, patience, wisdom, and courage. Those experiences were not meant to break you. They were shaping you into someone stronger than before. When challenges appear, it's easy to focus on what could go wrong. Negative thoughts can quickly take over, making problems seem larger than they really are. Instead of allowing fear to control your thinking, choose to replace it with confidence. Tell yourself, I have faced difficult days before, and I made it through. I have the strength to face today as well. These words are not about pretending life is easy. They are about reminding yourself that you, El Souls, are capable of handling whatever comes your way. Strength is not about never feeling afraid. Real strength is choosing to move forward even when fear is present. Courage is taking the next step when the path ahead seems uncertain. Every small decision to keep trying, to keep believing, and to keep pushing forward makes you stronger than you were yesterday. As you begin your day, refuse to let problems define your attitude. Instead, let your mindset declare victory before the battle even begins. Say to yourself, I am stronger than my challenges. Every obstacle is an opportunity to grow. Every setback is preparing me for something greater. I will not give up. I will not lose hope, and I will not allow fear to control my future. When you speak these words with conviction and live them out through your actions, you begin to realize that your greatest strength has been within you all along, waiting for the moment you choose to believe in it. Gratitude is one of the most powerful habits you can develop, especially at the beginning of your day. Before your mind fills with worries, deadlines, or responsibilities, take a moment to appreciate what you already have. It's easy to become so focused on what is missing that we overlook the countless blessings already present in our lives. We often believe happiness will come only after we achieve a certain goal, earn more money, or solve every problem. But true contentment begins when we learn to value what we have today, not just what we hope to have tomorrow. When you wake up each morning, remind yourself that another day is a gift. You have been given another opportunity to learn, grow, love, and make a positive difference. There are people who would give anything for one more sunrise, one more chance to speak to someone they love, or one more opportunity to pursue their dreams. Keeping this perspective helps you realize that every new day carries incredible value. Gratitude doesn't mean pretending life is perfect. It doesn't ignore pain, disappointment, or challenges. Instead, it changes the way you look at those challenges. Even during difficult seasons, there is always something worth appreciating. It may be the support of your family, the kindness of a friend, the roof over your head, the lessons you've learned through hardship, or simply the strength to keep moving forward. When you focus on these blessings, your heart becomes lighter and your mind becomes more hopeful. A grateful attitude also changes the way you treat others. When you appreciate the people in your life, you become more patient, more encouraging, and more compassionate. Gratitude replaces comparison with contentment and turns ordinary moments into meaningful ones. Instead of constantly chasing what you don't have, you begin to enjoy the beauty of what is already around you. Before you step into your day, pause for a few quiet moments and say to yourself, "Today I choose gratitude. I am thankful for this new day, for the opportunities before me, for the people who care about me, and for the strength to face whatever comes my way. I will focus on my blessings instead of my burdens, and I will carry a thankful heart wherever I go." When gratitude becomes your first thought every morning, it transforms not only your mindset but also the way you experience each day, filling your life with greater peace, joy, and purpose. Fear is one of the greatest obstacles to living a confident and fulfilling life. It has a way of whispering doubts into your mind, convincing you that you're not capable, that you're not ready, or that failure is inevitable. Left unchecked, fear can keep you from pursuing opportunities, speaking your mind, trying something new, or taking the next step toward your goals. That is why one of the most powerful decisions you can make each morning is to refuse to let fear control your day. Fear often exaggerates problems and minimizes your strengths. It causes you to imagine the worst possible outcomes while ignoring the countless possibilities for success. You may find yourself worrying about things that never actually happen. Hours of anxiety can be spent preparing for situations that exist only in your imagination. Imagine how much energy could be redirected toward growth, learning, and action if you chose confidence instead of constant worry. This doesn't mean you'll never feel afraid. Fear is a natural emotion, and everyone experiences it at some point. The goal isn't to eliminate fear completely, but to stop allowing it to make your decisions for you. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's the willingness to move forward despite it. Every successful person has faced moments of uncertainty, but they didn't allow those moments to define their future. They took one step at a time, trusting that progress comes through action, not hesitation. When you begin your morning, remind yourself that fear doesn't have authority over your life unless you give it that power. You have a choice about which voice you will listen to. Will you believe the voice that says you're not enough? Or will you believe the voice that reminds you of your resilience, your growth, and your potential? Every day gives you another opportunity to choose courage over doubt. Before you leave your home or begin your daily routine, speak these words with confidence. Today, I will not be controlled by fear. I choose courage over comfort, action over hesitation, and faith over doubt. I will face challenges with confidence, knowing that every step forward makes me stronger. I refuse to let fear steal my opportunities or my peace. I will move through this day with determination, trusting that I am capable of handling whatever comes my way. When you make this declaration each morning and back it up with action, fear gradually loses its grip, and confidence becomes the foundation on which you build your life. In today's fast-paced world, staying focused has become one of the greatest challenges we face. From the moment we wake up, countless distractions compete for our attention. Notifications, social media, emails, news updates, and endless responsibilities can easily pull our minds in different directions before we've even had a chance to think clearly. If we're not careful, we can spend an entire day reacting to everything around us instead of intentionally moving toward the goals that truly matter. That is why one of the most powerful things you can tell yourself every morning is, "Why my mind is focused." To focus is more than simply paying attention. It is the ability to direct your energy toward what is important, while letting go of what is unnecessary. Every time you allow yourself to be distracted, you lose valuable time, energy, and momentum. But when your mind is focused, even small actions become meaningful because they are moving you closer to your purpose. Great accomplishments are rarely the result of one extraordinary effort. They are built through consistent, focused actions repeated day after day. A focused mind also brings peace. When your thoughts are scattered, stress and anxiety often increase because everything feels urgent at once. But when you clearly identify your priorities, your mind becomes calmer and more organized. Instead of worrying about everything you have to do, you can concentrate on the next important step. Progress is made one decision, one task, and one moment at a time. It is also important to recognize that not every opportunity deserves your attention. Sometimes saying no is just as important as saying yes. Protecting your focus means setting healthy boundaries, limiting unnecessary distractions, and choosing activities that align with your goals and values. Every moment you invest wisely is an investment in the future you want to create. Before your day begins, take a deep breath and remind yourself, "My mind is focused. I will not allow distractions to steal my time or my purpose. I will give my best attention to the things that truly matter. I choose discipline over procrastination, clarity over confusion, and progress over perfection. Every decision I make today will move me one step closer to my goals." When you begin each morning with this mindset, you train your mind to stay centered. Over time, that daily habit of focus becomes a powerful force, helping you accomplish more, reduce stress, and build a life guided by intention rather than distraction. Personal growth is not something that happens overnight. It is a journey made up of small, consistent steps that gradually shape the person you become. One of the most encouraging things you can tell yourself every morning is, I am becoming better every day. These words remind you that success is not about reaching perfection instantly. It is about making steady progress, learning from your experiences, and refusing to stop growing. Every new day gives you another opportunity to improve your mindset, strengthen your character, and move closer to the person you want to become. Many people become discouraged because they compare themselves to others. They look at someone else's achievements and feel as though they are falling behind. But comparison is one of the quickest ways to steal your confidence and joy. Everyone has a different journey, a different pace, and different challenges to overcome. Instead of measuring your progress against someone else's life, compare yourself to the person you were yesterday. Ask yourself if you are learning something new, developing better habits, or becoming more patient, disciplined, and kind. Even the smallest improvement is worth celebrating because it means you are moving forward. Growth also requires a willingness to embrace mistakes. Too often, people view failure as proof that they are not good enough. In reality, mistakes are valuable teachers. Every setback carries a lesson that can make you wiser and stronger if you choose to learn from B. The people who achieve great things are not those who never make mistakes. They are the ones who refuse to let mistakes define them. They keep learning, adjusting, and trying again. Remember that lasting change is built through daily habits. Reading a few pages of a good book, exercising for 20 minutes, showing kindness to someone, or spending time reflecting on your goals may seem like small actions, but when repeated consistently, they create extraordinary results. Your future is shaped by what you choose to do every single day, not by occasional bursts of motivation. Before you begin your day, remind yourself with confidence, I am becoming better every day. I will not chase perfection. I will pursue progress. I will learn from my mistakes, grow through every challenge, and celebrate every step forward. My efforts today are building the future I dream of. I choose discipline over excuses, persistence over quitting, and hope over doubt. When you make this declaration each morning and back it up with consistent action, you begin to realize that the greatest transformation doesn't happen all at once. It happens one choice, one habit, and one day at a time.